Are we at the start of a commodity super cycle? If we are, is this a great time to be trading metals? Hello, I'm Stephen Hode, 25-year risk manager, trader, technical analysis veteran of the world's financial markets, and trader and founder of the Stop Hunter. I'm going to give you 6 reasons why I think the commodity super cycle might just be upon us, and then I'm going to show you how you can access, get involved and get trading these metals markets. So before we dig into the meat of the video, let's define what exactly is a commodity super cycle. Well, it's not anything especially complex. All it is really is a cycle of higher prices in the commodities markets, much more than usual really, and it lasts a very long time, normally a decade or so in length. The last one was in about the year 2000, when the BRIC economies, that's Brazil, Russia, India and China, were hoovering up commodities left, right and centre. They are a rare occurrence, and if they're not a super cycle, then you could call it a commodities boom. And there are some indications that a super cycle could be upon us, and I will give you now 6 reasons why I think we might be at the start of such a price rise in commodities. My first reason is a weakening US dollar. That simply means that everything commodities wise is often cheaper, because almost all commodities are priced in US dollars. So if they're cheaper, more people want to buy them. My second reason is around supply issues. Over the last decade or so, China has really been the biggest user of commodities of all sorts, and has hoovered up so much of the supply that if there's an increase in demand elsewhere, there's likely to be a shortage and naturally a spike in the prices. So rolling on from number 2, really number 3 is around demand issues. And as we're trying to break out of this coronavirus created downturn in the economy, a lot of the countries like the US are putting through huge stimulus bills to create new demand and new infrastructure projects, and all of this is very encouraging for the commodities markets. Fourth, interest rates. Well, they're at 0% or negative pretty much all around the world, and this can encourage obviously borrowing, and central bankers aren't so worried about inflation, but this sort of situation could create runaway prices. Number 5, decarbonisation. As the world tries to clear up its pollution act and move to less fossil based fuels, then obviously the alternative would be using metal byproducts and ideas and innovations. And that's not to rule out though energy products and oil still being in demand in say emerging countries, but there's a certain shift to decarbonisation from corporations and governments, which can lead to an increase in demand in certain commodities. And finally, number 6, well, sort of like the decarbonisation idea, the world is going electric. Electric vehicles, globally the demand is there in the short run to meet new regulations, and the big corporations, the big governments are looking at more electrical based solutions and products. So again, another sort of flag there for an increase in demand in metals. Like I say, the commodities super cycle isn't a given. It could be just a boom, but that is still very good for commodities prices. Now the focus of this video is on metals, and in particular base metals. What do I mean by base metals? Well, that's the industrial metals like copper, aluminium, nickel, zinc, lead. You have others like tin and more exotic metals, but those major ones, if you're a retail trader, how can you actually get involved in trading the price, this possible super cycle and increasing demand of these metals. Now, if we were professional traders, it's a lot easier, but still very difficult actually. You have the COMEX in New York where you can trade copper, but not much more than that. You can do futures and options there. There's exchanges in Shanghai that are very popular, but the other biggest, most open market is the LME in London. Now, the LME is a very peculiar beast. I used to be a options trader on that market, and it is a forwards market, not a futures market, and access to the ordinary man on the street, you and I, is really, really difficult. So we're getting really stuck for ideas on how to trade these base metals. Maybe an ETF, but our options are very limited. So how could you get involved in this market? Well, your choices are limited, but it really boils down to trading CFDs or spread bets, and even then there are only a few brokers that give you the opportunity to trade these markets. And I am very keen on trading the metals from my history and experience and strategies. So what brokers could I recommend, or could you possibly use to get involved in LME metals? Now, I've been affiliated with these guys for years now. Previously, when they were known as Core Spreads, they rebranded to be called Trade Nation, and they are a spread trading broker that covers the world and offers you the opportunity to get involved in LME base metals. So I'm going to give you a quick walkthrough of their platform, and if you want to follow up and you're interested in them, then I've got more detail on my website about them under our brokers section, or there's a link to them in the description below. So let's just take a quick look how you can find metals within their platform. So here's their platform in nice bright orange. So I have an account with them, so we're just going to log in now and get into the actual trading platform. So once in the platform, it's really easy to find, lots of other markets to trade, but we're worrying about metals for this video. We scroll down inside the box on the left there, we click on all metals, and there you go. Other than gold and silver, also we got zinc, nickel, lead, copper, aluminium. And what these prices are in here, they represent the 3-month price for those base metals. That's how the LME market works. That's the most liquid traded price period in the LME world, and Duck says it replicated here, and the spreads are very good for what you can actually get. Orders are filled almost simultaneously when you need them filled. It's a reliable platform, and really, if you want to trade these markets, there's not many choices for you out there, and this is one of them. And like I say, I use it, and I'd recommend using it, especially if you're interested in the metals. So there you go, 6 possible reasons why we could possibly be entering a commodities super cycle. It's going to be exciting to watch the metals over the next year, and I'm definitely going to be trading them lots and lots. So if you've got further suggestions on the metals markets, you want me to do any more videos or updates in that world, let me know in the comments below. And I've also shown you that actually it's quite tricky to get into trading metals, especially base metals, and really if we want to, it's going to be the LME. And how do we access the LME? And that really is through CFDs, spread betting, spread trading, and I've given you a broker in which to access those markets. So well, if you've liked the video, give us a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button to receive any further notifications of future content I'm going to produce in the Stop Hunter YouTube video site. So all that's left for me to say is thanks for watching, good luck with the trading, and I'll see you in the next video.